Welcome to today's video, where we're going to uncover one of the most dangerous yet subtle forces that can impact our lives in ways we may not even realize: manipulation. Manipulation is often difficult to detect because it comes in many different forms, and its effects can be far-reaching. It can significantly influence your mental well-being, distort your relationships, and ultimately guide your decisions in a direction that might not align with your true values. Whether it's emotional, psychological, or social manipulation, the tactics used by manipulators can be incredibly sneaky and hard to recognize, especially when they are disguised as caring gestures or friendly advice. Manipulation is a tool that some people use to gain power and control over others, and the most concerning part is that it often flies under the radar. The manipulation may not always come from a place of malice, but the consequences can still be damaging. A manipulator's goal is typically to make you question your own judgment, compromise your boundaries, and slowly take control of your thoughts, actions, and decisions. This can happen gradually over time, which makes it even harder to identify, and by the time you realize what's happening, you may already feel trapped in a cycle of dependence or self-doubt. That's why it's absolutely crucial to know the signs and strategies manipulators use so that you can protect yourself and break free from anyone who may be trying to take advantage of your emotions, your trust, or your decisions. The more you understand the tactics used by manipulators, the more you'll be able to recognize these behaviors in your own life and take the necessary steps to safeguard your mental and emotional health. In the next few minutes, we'll be diving deep into some of the most important and common tactics of manipulation that you need to be aware of. These are subtle, yet powerful techniques that manipulators use to gain control over your thoughts and actions without you even realizing it. By recognizing these tactics, you will empower yourself to set stronger boundaries, defend your values, and protect your sense of self-worth. Understanding manipulation not only helps you avoid being influenced by others, but also enables you to take back control of your life. Stay tuned, because this knowledge will give you the power to reclaim your autonomy, make decisions that align with your true values, and break free from any toxic influences that may be undermining your confidence and independence. Knowing how to spot manipulation and understanding the strategies behind it is the first step toward freeing yourself from its grasp and living a life that is truly your own. Tactic 1. Gaslighting. One of the most powerful and dangerous forms of manipulation is gaslighting. Gaslighting occurs when someone deliberately makes you question your reality, memory, or perception of events. This tactic is commonly used in toxic relationships, and over time, it erodes your self-confidence and trust in your own judgment. Gaslighting can be incredibly subtle, often leaving you feeling confused, insecure, and unsure of your own thoughts and feelings. In toxic relationships, it's used to gain control over your mind and emotions. Signs of gaslighting. The manipulator may deny things they've said or done, or twist the truth to suit their narrative. They may try to convince you that you are crazy, or that you are overreacting to situations, causing you to second-guess your reality. Impact of gaslighting. The effect of gaslighting is that it makes you doubt your instincts and perceptions, which is exactly what the manipulator wants. They want control over how you see reality, and they want to undermine your ability to trust your own mind. Over time, this tactic can destroy your confidence and make you feel disoriented, leading you to question everything around you. Recognizing gaslighting is the first step to reclaiming your mental clarity and confidence. Once you realize it's happening, you can begin to regain control of your own mind and resist being manipulated by someone else's distorted version of reality. Don't let anyone distort your sense of reality for their own benefit, and don't allow your judgment to be clouded by lies and deceit. Tactic 2. Playing the victim. Manipulators often position themselves as victims to elicit sympathy and avoid taking responsibility for their actions. By portraying themselves as the ones who are always wronged or mistreated, they shift the focus away from their bad behavior and place it on you, making you feel like you are responsible for their suffering. This tactic is a manipulator's way of gaining control by eliciting guilt, sympathy, and empathy from others. How it works: the manipulator will twist the situation so that they appear helpless, mistreated, or misunderstood, making you feel guilty for not doing more to help them. They may claim that you're the one who has wronged them, even though they may be the ones at fault. The trap: by consistently playing the victim, they gain control over you through your feelings of guilt, compassion, or a sense of duty. This makes it difficult for you to hold them accountable for their actions. When someone manipulates you this way, they often make you feel responsible for their problems, making you less likely to confront them. This tactic is especially common in close relationships where empathy and care are easily exploited. Recognize when someone is constantly shifting blame and refusing to take responsibility for their behavior. This awareness will help you break free from the manipulator's control and protect your emotional well-being. Tactic 3. Guilt tripping. Guilt is one of the most effective tools manipulators use to control others and get what they want. By making you feel guilty for not meeting their expectations or demands, they manipulate your emotions to get their way. The goal of guilt tripping is to make you feel like you owe them something, even when you don't. Examples of guilt tripping: manipulators may say things like, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me," or "If you really cared about me, you would do this for me." These statements are designed to make you feel like you're doing something wrong, even though you're simply setting healthy boundaries. Impact: guilt tripping forces you to feel obligated to comply with their wishes, even when it goes against your best interests or personal boundaries. The manipulator relies on your sense of duty or responsibility to keep you trapped in a cycle of guilt, making it harder for you to assert yourself. Learning to recognize when guilt is being used as a weapon is key to breaking free from this emotional manipulation. By understanding that you don't owe anyone an explanation or compliance based on guilt, you can regain control over your actions and stop allowing others to manipulate your emotions. Tactic 4. Love bombing. Love bombing is when a manipulator showers you with excessive affection, praise, and attention, usually at the beginning of a relationship or after a conflict, to gain your trust and loyalty. While it may feel flattering and reassuring at first, it's a tactic used to hook you in and make you dependent on their validation. How it looks: they'll compliment you nonstop, give you lavish gifts, and make you feel like you're the most important person in their life. They will go out of their way to make you feel special, which can be intoxicating at first. But it's all part of a larger scheme to gain your trust and make you dependent on their approval. What happens next? Once you're emotionally hooked, they often switch to more controlling behaviors, expecting you to reciprocate their kindness by meeting their demands and expectations. They may begin to manipulate you into doing things that align with their wants, disguised as gestures of love. Love bombing is not genuine affection. It's manipulation disguised as love. The excessive praise and attention may seem harmless at first, but it's a calculated effort to gain control over you. Be cautious of anyone who comes on too strong, too fast, as it may be a red flag for deeper manipulative behavior. Tactic 5. The silent treatment. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive manipulation tactic used to punish you by withdrawing communication, attention, or affection. By refusing to engage with you, the manipulator forces you to feel isolated, abandoned, or ignored until you comply with their wishes. Why it's effective: the silent treatment taps into our human need for connection and approval. When someone we care about suddenly ignores us or withholds affection, it creates feelings of anxiety, confusion, and helplessness. We may begin to question what we did wrong and seek to repair the situation, often at the cost of our own needs and boundaries. Impact: you may find yourself over-apologizing, questioning what you did wrong, and feeling desperate to make amends, even if you weren't at fault. The manipulator uses your own need for connection to their advantage, using silence as a form of emotional blackmail to get you to act according to their demands. The silent treatment is emotional blackmail at its core, and it's important to recognize it for what it is: an attempt to control you by withholding affection, attention, or communication. Understanding this tactic will help you break free from its influence and stop submitting to manipulative behavior. Tactic 6. Triangulation. Triangulation is a manipulative tactic in which the manipulator involves a third party in a conflict or situation to create drama, confusion, or competition. By pitting people against each other or drawing others into your conflicts, the manipulator maintains control and power over both parties. Examples of triangulation. The manipulator may tell you what someone else has said about you to stir up conflict or compare you to others to make you feel insecure. They might use the third party to create division or competition, undermining your relationships with others. The goal. The manipulator uses triangulation to create confusion, insecurity, and division, ensuring that the people involved don't unite against them. They are playing both sides against each other to maintain their own position of power. When you notice triangulation, it's important to communicate directly with the other party involved and not let the manipulator's influence drive a wedge between you. Being aware of this tactic helps you protect your relationships and ensures that you don't fall victim to the manipulator's games. Tactic 7. Gaslighting compliments. While this may sound contradictory, manipulators can use seemingly kind compliments to undermine your confidence. They may disguise backhanded compliments as flattery, leaving you feeling confused and insecure. Examples. A manipulator might say, "You look great for your age," or "I didn't expect you to be this good at your job." These remarks may appear to be compliments on the surface, but they are designed to make you feel inadequate or self-conscious. Impact. These compliments leave you feeling uncertain, doubting whether it was a genuine compliment or a subtle insult. Manipulative compliments are designed to chip away at your self-esteem while keeping you off balance. Recognizing these backhanded remarks for what they are, disguised attempts to control how you feel about yourself, can help you stop letting them affect your confidence. Tactic 8. Emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail is when someone uses your emotions against you to manipulate your actions. The manipulator threatens to create negative emotional consequences if you don't comply with their wishes, often using your love or care for them as leverage. How it works: they might say things like, "If you don't do this, I'll be heartbroken," or "I'll never forgive you if you leave me." These emotional threats make you feel responsible for their feelings, placing immense pressure on you to comply with their demands. The impact. Emotional blackmail traps you into doing things you don't want to do because you fear the emotional fallout that the manipulator threatens. They exploit your compassion and sense of responsibility to control your actions. Recognizing emotional blackmail is crucial to maintaining your autonomy. Once you understand that these tactics are used to control you through fear of emotional consequences, you can begin to protect your emotional boundaries and stop being manipulated by others. Tactic 9. Minimizing your feelings. Another common tactic manipulators use is minimizing or dismissing your feelings, making you feel like your emotions are invalid, unimportant, or overblown. By doing so, they create doubt in your emotional responses and make it harder for you to stand up for yourself or express your true emotions. Examples. A manipulator might say, "You're overreacting, it's not that big of a deal," or "You're too sensitive." These dismissive remarks are designed to make you feel like your emotions don't matter, further isolating you from your true feelings. The goal. By downplaying your emotions, they gain control by making you feel that your reactions are unreasonable or unimportant. The more they diminish your emotions, the easier it is for them to manipulate you. Don't let anyone tell you how to feel. Your emotions are valid, and recognizing this manipulation tactic will help you regain confidence in your emotional responses. Once you understand that your feelings are legitimate, you can stop allowing others to manipulate your emotional state. Conclusion. Manipulation tactics can be subtle but profoundly impactful. Recognizing these tactics is the first step toward protecting yourself from being controlled, whether in personal relationships, at work, or in social settings. Gaslighting is a common tactic where someone makes you question your reality, memory, or perception of events. The manipulator denies things they've said or done, twisting facts to suit their narrative and making you doubt your judgment. This erodes your confidence and gives them control over your perception of truth. Another manipulation tactic is playing the victim. Manipulators often position themselves as the victim to avoid responsibility for their actions and elicit sympathy. By portraying themselves as wronged, they shift the focus onto your perceived mistreatment of them. This makes you feel guilty, which gives them control over your behavior. Guilt tripping is another powerful tactic. By making you feel guilty for not meeting their demands, manipulators make you feel obligated to comply, even when it goes against your best interests. Guilt is used to emotionally control and manipulate you, creating a sense of indebtedness to them. Recognizing this tactic is key to maintaining boundaries and protecting yourself from emotional manipulation. Love bombing is a tactic often used in the early stages of relationships, where the manipulator showers you with excessive affection, praise, and attention to form a strong emotional bond. While it may seem flattering at first, it's a way to gain your trust and dependency. Once they've hooked you, they may switch to more controlling behaviors, making you feel indebted to them for their affection. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive form of manipulation where the manipulator withdraws communication or affection as a way to punish you. By refusing to engage, they create anxiety and make you feel isolated. This emotional blackmail forces you to seek their approval, allowing them to maintain control over your actions. Triangulation involves bringing a third party into a conflict, creating division or confusion between individuals. By pitting people against each other, the manipulator stays in control. This tactic is designed to stir drama and ensure that the manipulator remains the central figure in the situation. Gaslighting compliments, or backhanded compliments, are another tactic where the manipulator makes you feel insecure by disguising insults as praise. These comments undermine your confidence and make it easier for the manipulator to control your self-perception. Finally, emotional blackmail occurs when the manipulator uses threats to create emotional consequences if you don't comply with their wishes. They may say things like, "I'll be heartbroken if you don't do this," or "I'll never forgive you if you leave me." These emotional threats make you feel obligated to comply to avoid guilt or disappointment. Recognizing manipulation tactics and understanding their impact is essential for maintaining your mental and emotional autonomy. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of inner strength and self-awareness, both of which are crucial in defending against manipulation. Awareness is the first step toward reclaiming your power and breaking free from any form of control.